Keepers of the flame. Okay, we're on fire signs. Let's do Leo next. Leo. What do we got for Leo? 3's up, 3's down, and 3's are wild. Uno, dos. This one? Okay. 5. Something just came to my... Okay, there's 2 there. Okay, so you got the Fool and the Hermit. So you start off with the World in reverse, the King of Pentacles in the reverse, the Fool, and the Hermit. Fruits of the Reed. 5 of Wands reversed. 3 of Pentacles reversed. King of Cups reversed. Son of a monkey, fat nugget. Okay. Okay, so you didn't complete a cycle. It's throwing your system of structure, values, resources off. Taking a leap of faith all by your wincy self. So you're a little bit in emotional turmoil right here. You're not working with anybody. And I feel like you're just done fussing and fighting. You're like, fine, I'll sit up here by my wincy self. Yeah, Sagittarius was a little temperamental in the root area too. It could be the time of year too. You're getting restless. You're like, I need some greenery in my life. Where's the sunshine? I hear ya. It's okay. It's coming. March 20th or 21st is the first day of spring. Usually. Well, you got a freaking full moon coming up though. On Sunday. So you should probably be back in your rights about then. Possibly. Apparently we're doing this just for clarifier. Let's do the World in reverse for Leo, pretty please. Oop, Ace of Pentacles. New opportunities. Just because he missed the last one doesn't mean... Okay, 3 of Swords in reverse though. So you're healing from this. Knight of Cups. 6 of Wands. There you're going to like that energy. Coming in and out with messages of love in a very victorious and well-seen way. Which will start bringing you back around. King of Pentacles in reverse. The Chariot in reverse. Okay. Sitting with it. There's the King of Pentacles in reverse too. Got it. Okay, let's get the Fool. Okay, so clearly not moving forward. Still in your stuck in space. I feel like this might have something to do with your heart. Even though it says Pentacles. Yeah, Ace of Cups. You're taking the Fool and the Queen of Pentacles. Like, fine. If I can't get the King, I'll at least go dig in the dirt and find the Queen. I'll have the Queen dig the Pentacle back up again. So I feel like maybe you're looking for outside help here in a way of a counterpart, maybe. And it doesn't have to be a lover, although Valentine's Day is coming up. I know. But it could be like a friend or a sibling or a family member that's going to help you dig back up and find out what's in your heart space here. What's in your value structure that really sets you up for success. Because you got the 3 of Pentacles in reverse too. So I feel like you're hesitant here. I feel like with this Chariot in reverse, you do not want to work with other people. But if it's the Queen of Pentacles, it's kind of your counterpart. So maybe you're asking yourself to go back to your feminine energy and rediscover something in solitary confinement that lights your fire again. So maybe you're just stepping into some feminine energy. you could be masculine and step into feminine energy. We all have masculine and feminine within us. Okay. So you could just be going to your feminine side, which is the more creative, logical. I'm going to get shit for saying that. What are you talking about? Masculine is more do. They're more action orientated. They're more like expansion, and I don't want to say boundaries because that gets fucked up. But they're the movement, the force of flow, and the continuum of action. How do I put this in a way that's not going to want to trigger people? I probably already have. But feminine is more still, whereas masculine's more doing. So I think you're sitting in the stillness and consulting on a mental level, emotional, mental, and passionate level here, desiring level. So you're sitting in stillness with it. You're not taking action with it. You're going back to the drawing board and sitting in your feminine energy, which is stillness, instead of making movement, which it's a good call, because especially for a fire sign, that's hard to do for some of us. Let's get the Hermit for Leo. Pretty place. Holy Jesus. Let's write you a novel, shall we? Here we go. Ready? The Moon. The Two of Pentacles in reverse. The Nine of Cups. Nice. Eight of Wands in reverse. Knight of Wands in the upright. Seven of Cups in reverse. Okay, you're standing in your own emotional sovereignty here, but you're looking in your subconscious to where you want this pentacle thing to go, or where the pentacles have stopped flowing in your subconscious. So that's yin energy. So the masculine is more on the outside, the sun energy, the yin is the moon energy. So you very much are tapping into your subconscious yin, moon energies here. And you're putting on halt the conveyor belt that goes out to the ethos and comes back around, okay, and makes that infinity symbol. And you're standing in emotional sovereignty here. Okay, so you're doing a good job. Your Eight of Wands is in reverse. So you're not taking action and moving anywhere. You're not sending anybody physical messages, but there might be some telepathy happening here. Interesting. There might be some sort of I don't like using the word guru either, but there might be some sort of outside help that maybe not necessarily is talking to you directly, but that might be just sending messages out to vast amounts of people that could possibly provide something for you. I'm not quite sure. But it's just a little bit of yourself kind of experimenting. And I get you like just kind of ticking around. Even though the Seven of Cups is in reverse, you're staying grounded in this, but you're still sampling the cups. So it feels like you're putting out feelers. So it's like you're testing the waters and kind of sending out little, okay, how does that make me feel? How do I feel about this? Do I want to move towards that? Does this make me feel this way? Do I feel safe in that energy? Does this person invoke what I need to grow? What does this person have to say? And I think you're collecting little tidbits. That's what it feels like. Little tidbits from here and there and everywhere. And you'd be amazed at what kind of amazing life you can just healing from here, there, and the other where. And it cultivates a real unique system that's yours only. So that's a good energy, Leo. Oops. So the roots. Okay. The roots are saying Fool in reverse, the Emperor in reverse, the Three of Wands in reverse. There's your Empress. Your masculine's all PO'd. Four of Cups and Awakening. Ooh. So there's you're finding the imbalance in the subconscious here is what's going on underneath. This is the King of Cups in reverse. So your masculine needs a little bit more TLC here. And you're giving it that. And you're, turning away from everybody else's emotional cup of BS and paying attention to the 3 you have in front of you. And it's producing this. Ta-da-da-da-da-da-da. Usually when you go into hermit mode, there will be an awakening of some sort. I have never met someone who said, I spent a lot of time alone and did absolutely nothing. No, even if you don't realize it, there's still a lot of undercurrent. If you can tap into that undercurrent, though, and kind of navigate within those waters, which I see you doing here, yeah. Definitely. My only concern is your Emperor is in the reverse here, and so is the Fool. So the movement part, you still got on hold, I feel like. I don't necessarily think that you're pissed cookie. You might be a little bit heartbroken here, but I don't think that because you're in hermit mode, I don't think you're wreaking havoc with your Emperor in reverse here. I think you're just like, there's no movement. We're not doing anything. We're not doing anything but sitting in meditation. And that's okay. Sometimes that needs to happen. And there's nothing these days. We live in such an over-hustle culture that it becomes toxic in and of itself. Because just like nature, just like the cycles of the season, there needs to be downtime. There needs to be time for thought, reflection, foresight, planning, and complete and utter just, I'm not saying like everybody's got to shut down and be solitary. But if you don't want to burn out or stop grinding to a halt almost, it feels like in any way, shape, or form in your life, you do need to schedule in. If you are heavily over inundated with things to do, you do need to schedule in times where you take those breaks, because speaking from personal experience, if you don't do that, the universe will do it for you, oftentimes in the most unpleasant of ways. So yeah, you're doing good by letting your Emperor and your King of Cups be like, okay, I guess we're sitting this one out. So don't worry about them being pissy, okay? You focus on getting your inner world in a cohesive manner, which you're doing here. So don't worry about that. Just allow this to flow through you. We're still in winter. You got till March. Late March, so we're still in winter. If it's getting to you, go get some plants. What else helps with spring fever? Redecorate. Make a spring altar or something. Paint a room, paint a piece of furniture. Do something that keeps you a little bit occupied, but it's so low energy, and you're still moving your body, you're still having to think about things, you're still keeping your brain, if you have to like sand something down in order to refinish it or like paint it or whatever, you're still thinking about that process, so it's keeping you engaged. Find a book, research something you've always been interested in, or dive deeper into something you're already in. Do something that provides you with some sort of insight and joy and delight. Whether that be through business or pleasure. Maybe it's both. Let's get you an oracle card. I'm doing Earth. We're doing the Earth. Okay, not those, because I didn't even ask the question yet. That and half the deck. What does Leo need to know from the universe? Highest good of all for Leo. Okay. Ooh, autumnal equinox, which is released in the shaman, ancient healing wisdom. So you got some work to do, Leo. Not everybody gets called to that path, and it's a difficult one to help others understand who are not of that realm. But yeah, that's cool though. That's really cool. All right. So release is the key word. Is that? I just cleaned the freaking frog. Sorry about the glare. Why is that red? Okay, that's weird. Okay. In many areas of the world, deciduous trees prepare for the winter and conserve their energy by contracting their life force. That is, they release their leaves, which have required the rays of the sun and the nourishment from the earth in order to maintain its robust growth and appearance. Deciduous just means they have leaves and not needles. So there's evergreens and deciduous. Deciduous sheds their leaves. Okay. It's not a decision the trees make, at least not in the usual sense. Instead, it's a natural response to the decreasing cycle of light that sets up gradual and steady release of the tree's leaves. How remarkable it is that these trees, and for that matter, all of Earth's mother's children, simply know what to do with the changes in climate. Although this seasonal shift appears to be a death of sorts, it's only a preparation for the next cycle of life, one that will naturally follow the more extreme contradiction of winter as an aspect of life and death rebirth cycle that we find represented in so many different ways. Now it is time to let anything in your life fall away that is no longer useful or needed for the emerging expression of who you are. Allow yourself to gradually shed what has become burdensome and no longer congruent with your soul's purpose. Conserve your energy by allowing yourself more rest while at the same time making preparations for the winter season. Look especially at your material possessions and be brutally honest with yourself as you discern which of these can be given away or somehow released. Consider shedding relationships that have served their purpose and are no longer viable, as well as work or job that has become devoid of interest and passion. With release comes a sense of being much lighter, just like these trees that openly bear their nakedness once their leaves have departed and give room for whatever new life is ready to birth following a period of quiet and gestation. So let go of whatever has outlived its purposefulness and trust that something else takes its place. Okay, I'm going to say it real quick. The natives that I've talked to don't like the S word because it translates to homeless. So they prefer medicine men or medicine women or healer or something to that effect. So just thought you'd like to know. The deep, compassionate eyes of this Native American healer portray the wisdom of one who has seen and who knows. He has witnessed visions, spirits, and suffering, and joy, and knows that everything exists, has spirit's intentionality behind it, able to travel beyond the veil of ordinary reality. The healer's primary assignment is to discern and maintain the balance between what his human community takes from this natural world and what it gives back. When this relationship is out of balance, the healer must do whatever is necessary to restore it. Balance equals healing. The shaman or the healer lives his life in ceremony and treats everything with reverence, including the great mystery of death and even the greater mystery of life. He works with his spirit helpers, including his ancestral spirits, to help him in his service to his people and Mother Earth, providing a liaison between the spiritual and physical worlds. Charged with revealing suffering as one of his priorities, the healer does so by first always tending to the spiritual wound, the source of all illness. These healing powers have been passed along over the millennia along the ancient ones, who knew the healing and curative powers of spirit. All illnesses, whether physical, emotional, or psychological, stem from an illness of spirit. In many, it may be due to soul loss, psychic intrusions, ancestral karma, or any other spiritual causes that could be contributing to the manifest condition for which you seek help. Whatever other methodologies or remedies you pursue, whether allopathic, alternative, or a combination, let the healing of your spirit be your priority. Know that the deepest spiritual wound is the illusion of being separate from Source, God, Great Spirit, or whatever name you give the Creator. It is the trick of the mind that creates the sense of separation. This is a time for deep healing, starting with your relationship with Spirit. Call upon your spirit guides and ancestors to help you with any emotional, mental, or physical healing that you may need. I'm getting ceremonies here, so you might want to look that up too. Call upon the Creator to assist you in mending any rift in your relationship with Spirit. Choose thoughts that support wholeness and well-being. Allow any darker thoughts or shadows to appear as well, but simply observe them as they arise in consciousness, then dissolve. See yourself as healed, whole, and complete, and it shall be. Okay, sorry, oftentimes when I screw up when I read, it's because I'm getting other stuff. So, you got that full moon coming up. I just read that. Where did I put it? Son of a monkey's off. Hang on. I got this. Okay. So, okay. Release what no longer serves you. So it asks you to make snowflakes. I don't think you need to do that, but you can make snowflakes. Look up on the internet how to make snowflakes. Where are we at? 22 minutes. Okay. So what you will need is your snowflake. You fold the paper and fold the paper and fold the paper until it's like a triangle, and then you cut out different shapes out of it, and then you open the page back up and it'll be a snowflake. Okay. So make as many snowflakes as you like, and you'll need a pen, a safe place to burn something. And number 1 says, ask yourself, who or what interrupts my peace and integrity and tranquility? Think of 5 answers to this question. Write each answer on a snowflake. Light your flame in your safe burning environment, e.g. a fireplace. Grab a snowflake and say what is written on it, followed by, will no longer interrupt my peace and tranquility. Example, if you wrote my job, you will say, my job will no longer interrupt my peace and tranquility. Burn the snowflake. Visualize what you wanted to release going up in smoke. You are free of it. Repeat this for each snowflake. State aloud, I create an environment of peace, stillness, and tranquility for my spirit. Okay. So I feel like that was it and all for you, Leo. Until next time, I love you and keep your flame.